Japan is done, guys. Japan is done with you. So we're going to talk about this. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
This is Clownfish TV, and we have an update on the situation. We've talked about this before, that there are more and more Japanese creators coming out and saying that they don't want to kowtow to the West.
Good.
And now we have Kadokawa, the CEO of Kadokawa, one of the largest manga publishers, saying that they're going to take a Japan-first approach. We also have the creator of, or director of, Sword Art Online saying the same thing. Global appeal leads to failure.
Yeah, because they went all in on that last season. Like, we're gonna work with the West and appeal to them. And have you heard much about that season? No, because it did shit.
So this is interesting. This is after Hideaki Anno from Evangelion of Evangelion fame came out and said the same thing.
Evangelion.
Yeah, from Evangelion. Everybody knows him. He's the Evangelion guy, right? But he said basically the same thing. He said it's, we need to stop kowtowing to the West. If the West wants to watch our stuff, that's great. And the thing is, the reason Western audiences like Japanese anime is because it's Japanese anime and it's something we don't get at home, right? So
yeah, like here we talked about before at length about over there it's like you have to earn things. You don't just get handed to you like in the recent shows and films in the US. And over there you have to, like, the characters have a journey and they have to earn it. And it's just a lot of times more interesting. And I'm sorry, they're not wrong. By all means, make it for your audience first, because we'll like it over here.
So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
So yeah, what's going on is that the global reach of anime is just astounding at this point. We've got a lot of big box office hits, even here in the US. We've got merchandise selling through the roof. I liked it better on a personal level when anime was more of a niche hobby and the general public was unaware of it. And we had one little section at Blockbuster Video, because it felt like it's almost like being like a cartoon hipster. Like you're like, hey, yeah. Like I know about this stuff and nobody else does, really, But now that it's become mainstreamed, just like everything else.
I like it mainstream because it's easier to access and there's a lot more available.
Well, the problem is now they're looking for money to make, because there's such a demand for anime that they're looking for money, and they're taking money from, Hollywood, and they're taking money from, China, and they're taking money from all these, outside of Japan. And so then what happens is, if you're taking their money, that's going to have some influence on the kind of content that you produce, right? So, and I get it from the studio's perspective, like there are only so many people in Japan. So
okay, I get that too, but the flip side is, I'm like, I get their thought process. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that the markets and the other places that are giving the money have to realize that there's a demand for it, because they're telling the stories that people want to see. It doesn't need to be changed to accommodate you and your people who have gotten the warm seat when they came in.
So this is just, again, this is according to Google's AI, so take it or leave it, because they're wrong a lot of times. But market performance of anime and manga, they said the global manga market is valued at approximately $19.35 billion in 2025. It's projected to surge to over $47 billion by 2030 and $63 billion by 2033, driven by a compound annual growth rate of 20%. Digital formats account for 70% of the revenue. Outside of Japan, France is one of the largest importers of manga. 50% of its comic sales belong to manga. So that's the thing. Like, we talk about comics, and we talk about the comic book industry, and where people are getting tripped up is, like, yes, people still like comics. They just don't like the monthly Western superhero comics.
That's just it. It's not even just Western. Like, some of them are like webtoons and things. There's a lot of webtoons and things that are being made into shows, and they're very, very popular as well. Like Solo Leveling's Korean.
Yeah. Actually, I would say that the Korean entertainment's definitely starting to track with Japanese, because used to be we had J-pop.
Again, they're Asian, and they're ones that people like because they tell their own stories and they don't give two shits whether you like it or not.
So let's talk about this. This is the CEO of Kadokawa. He emphasizes a Japan-first approach to stories. You can create unique works by not marketing with the mindset of let's make a manga that will sell globally. He was interviewed by Nikkei, I think. This is Takeshi Natsuno. He talked about overseas expansion and the global potential of Japanese content. He praised the country's diversity and storytelling. That's true. You're going to find more diversity in manga than you will ever find in Western comics, because Western comics is either superheroes or slice of life, Tumblr shit. It tends to be like one of those two genres.
Yeah,
right?
the superhero genre is just not doing great. I'm sorry. It hasn't been for years. And we did webtoons or web comics and stuff. We did webtoons too. But we did web comics and stuff. We used to be like, why do people keep doing superhero stuff and no one's reading them?
Yeah. And I honestly, Marvel and DC have it locked down. Like we don't need to keep going back to that well again and again. But he said, if you create content that sells in Japan, it will sell overseas. You can create unique works by not marketing with the mindset of let's make a manga that will sell globally. It's necessary to create a wide variety of intellectual property without compromising on quality.
Agreed.
So, yep, he said his words follow those of Evangelion's Hideaki Anno, who said that it's overseas fans who should adapt to Japanese works, praising the power that a uniquely Japanese approach has, and also Sword Art Online's director, I'm probably butchering these names, Tamahiko Ito, said just this week that being too conscious of a global appeal may lead to failure.
Yeah, he would know.
Yep, adding that the Japanese perception of what is liked overseas differs from what is actually popular overseas. Okay, that is very interesting because what I think was going on for at least a couple of years was we had a lot of activists from California telling the Japanese what was popular. And I would say it's both in the anime industry and in video games. And they would tell them, you need to make your content more XYZ thing. Oh, we need more body diversity in the, bikini fighting game or whatever. You can't make their boobs jiggle because it offends people. And
you need more LGBTQ representation.
Everybody's got to be gay. Everybody's got to be, whatever. And so they would do that. And then people would be like, what the fresh hell is this? This is not.
Yeah, because they're not watching and reading what you guys put out because they want to see more of what's here. The reason you're doing so well and the reason it's growing is because people want that. They don't want what was over here. That a lot of what's over here has been dog crap. That's why it's failing at the box office. And it's been the same people that are telling you what to change that were behind those things. Like, do not do what they tell you to do, because do what works and you know what works, and do that works for your audience. It's going to work over here, because you have these people that just completely ruined Hollywood. Why the hell would you listen to them?
Yeah, because that's the thing. So the well's been poisoned at Hollywood, so they went to Japanese entertainment. Well, if the well becomes poisoned over there too, then they're going to go to Korean entertainment. They're going to go to Chinese entertainment.
Cap those wells, people.
Cap them. Because the audience will move, and it's not rocket science. I mean, you can see the audience moving. What are they moving toward? They're moving toward more traditional, unique storytelling. It's just kind of just basic entertainment, right? They just want good, solid entertainment. And if America's not giving it to them and Japan's not giving it to them, then they're going to go someplace else for it. I mean, it's as simple as that. You want the money, just give people what they want. It's not hard. I don't understand why it's so damn hard. But the reason people watch Japanese animation is because it, for the longest time, was something we couldn't really get here. And we like those stories. So don't change those stories. It's stupid. So this is the director of Sword Art Online. He said, they said when asked by the Daily Shincho if he had been creating anime with global awareness in mind, he responded, there are many cases where being too conscious of global appeal leads to failure. What Japanese audiences think will be well received worldwide probably won't be well received by people over there. Political correctness is strict in America, and they bolded that. And this has come from Game
they
Rant.
ran into it. We talked about it. There's a video we have somewhere from a while back where he was basically, they were changing everything about it to appeal to America, and it did not do well because they were listening to the people that you'd expect them to listen to, which was the wrong people.
So that's what they think. But Japan is the only country that still makes the type of works which should be considered strange in North America, like girls fighting with lots of exposed skin. Again, the problem is they were listening to the wrong people. They've got...
Oh, trust me, it's popular in America.
Yeah, it's popular in America. It's just we never get it because there are these gatekeepers that are puritanical. A lot of them are activists. I mean, this is why we're seeing so many problems with localizers, because they're taking it upon themselves to take Japanese works and change the translation because they personally find it offensive. And this is why I think more and more Japanese studios are going to lean into, if they have to use AI to get the authentic dub or translation to the US, they'll do it that way. Now, they can do it very badly too. Like, I forget the name of the one show, but everybody's making fun of just how bad the AI dub was.
Oh,
It was
that,
freaking awful. But yeah, he commented on a major talking point that anime and video game fans have been focusing on for a while now, especially as localizations from Japanese to English works take increasing liberties with their source material. This, again, is coming from Game Rant. This is not coming from an alt-right rag. The alt-right rags were the first people to report on it like 4 or 5 years ago when it was taboo to say anything. Like, you weren't allowed to say anything like, hey, why'd you make that character trans when that character wasn't trans? Or why'd you do this or why'd you do that? Just because you felt like changing it. You're like, for representation. But I'm like, that was not the original work. Your job is to translate the material, not rewrite the material. You want to do your own story, go do your own story. But again, nobody's watching your stuff because they don't know who the hell you are.
Yeah.
He says argument can be read as such. Anime fans like anime because of how in touch their favorite series are with Japanese culture, not in spite of it.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep. Being too mindful of political correctness, in his words, means holding back too much from a creative perspective. This means not watering down Japanese-minded tropes and concepts for Western audiences. By homogenizing series with a Western audience in mind, anime studios ironically lose sight of why several anime fans watch the medium in the first place. Anime has always been weird. It's always been weird.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine getting hit with Ranma. If they had Ranma here in the U.S., like we had the games back.
Oh, now it's great, but back then it was like, what?
Oh, back then it was like,
I
wait.
loved Ranma.
Oh, Ranma was fantastic. The original, I'm sorry, I know the animation, people are like, oh, the animation's better than the new version. The original was still 10 times better in my opinion. But yeah, you could watch it on video, but like it wasn't going to be, I don't think, broadcast on TV because it was too weird. It was like, wait, so this boy turns into a girl and what? But that was on like regular TV in Japan in the 80s. And nobody really thought twice. It was so damn weird. Nobody thought twice about it. But, you know, it's Sailor Moon, all that. They had to water a bunch of it down for the U.S.
Oh, yeah, the cousins.
The cousins, yes. They're very close. They're very close cousins. But, yeah, we've always liked the Japanese stuff being weird. That was part of the appeal. And now they're just trying to, I don't know, man. But,
they're saying
yeah.
it could replace Hollywood?
Yeah, they're saying it seems, yeah, this is coming from... you're talking about Crunchyroll. He said it seems Japanese anime has been growing explosively around the world since Aniplex acquired Crunchyroll in 2020. Interestingly, Ito also attributes the growth in anime not only to COVID, but to the writers' strike. The Writers Guild strike in 2023.
I don't think it's untrue.
I don't think it's untrue either. With the Screenwriters Guild strike a few years ago and the impact of COVID, it feels like the influence of Hollywood movies has been declining.
Okay, yes, because of those things, but it's also because they keep picking the wrong things. You're on the right track in Japan. They keep trying to push certain things in films, and people here are rejecting it. They don't want that, and that's why they're going to anime and things like that, because they're rejecting Hollywood. And it's not just COVID, it's not just the strikes. There's a lot of reasons that they keep having box office bombs. We've talked about it at length in this video. You know what they are.
But if they just turn anime into a cartoon version of Hollywood movies, you're not going to have those big box office wins. You know, Chainsaw Man is so damn weird. Demon Slayer is weird, but people love those characters. They love those concepts. Those properties would not have come out of Hollywood, not current year Hollywood. There's just no way. It's too problematic.
No. And that's why people love it. That's why people have been loving it. Besides how it's pretty to look at, it's just the stories are good. The characters are interesting. You know, you're more engaged in the story. And that's at the end of the day, it's just because it's just better.
Yep. There we go. So we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.